Hello, everyone, and welcome to Angel Healing House, and welcome to Walk In Angel Ariel's weekly wisdom for this upcoming week of July 20th through July 26th, 2025. My name is Claire Candy Hoff, and my name is also Angel Ariel, as I had an angelic walk-in experience on January 11th of 2003, which I write about in my award-winning #1 Amazon International bestseller, I Am an Angelic Walk-In, the autobiography of Angel Ariel. Now, this is the sequel to my other #1 international bestseller, which is One True Home Behind the Veil of Forgetfulness. Now, let's not forget Angels of Faith, that book that shares the knowledge that we are divine and we are eternal and that we do not die. All of these books are available on Amazon. The two novels are available in print and Kindle, and also for those who like audiobooks, go onto Audible, where they are made into audiobooks as well. I'd like to thank everyone for liking and sharing and subscribing to my Claire Candy Huff YouTube channel. And if you do become a subscriber, you will receive notification when I upload new videos. I'd also like to thank those people who have made generous donations to my PayPal account for my free content. And if you'd like to donate, I've left my PayPal account in the description box down below, along with all of my information to my wonderful business, Angel Healing House. And that website to go to for more information is angelhealinghouse.com. Now, here on Walk In Angel Ariel's Weekly Wisdom, we do pull tarot cards, oracle cards, sometimes runes, Lenormand cards, but we always look first into the astrological heavens to see what celestial and planetary energies will be affecting all of us. Now, if you are still reeling and spinning from the energetic effects of the full moon, well, you're in good company. You're not alone. That full moon in Capricorn packed an immense, powerful punch that saw many experiencing a full moon hangover. As its take no prisoners energies pulled everything needed to be everything needed to be released to the surface. With its great intensity of light, it exposed anything that is still buried, things like old emotions, unresolved memories that still need closure, and repressed, unexpressed thoughts. It may feel overwhelming, but it is very beneficial as it is forcing our mind and our body to process these unresolved feelings more than usual. It's clearing out our system to make space for the new to come in. As my angelic family, the posse of angels, and I mentioned last week, this is happening because we are ready. We are now ready to reconcile and or make peace with those previously held emotions that truly no longer serve our elevation and our evolution. Although it makes us feel totally exhausted and spent, with many in the collective move to weep like bathtubs overflowing, it is for our highest good. To deal with the after effects of this full moon, which are making many easily triggered, irritable, when before we could remain cool, calm, and collected, please do stay hydrated, rest when you can, and please go out in nature to restore and to reset your energies. Go with the flow and surrender as much as you can. Then on July 13th, we had Saturn, the second planet this month following Neptune, to go retrograde, where it will remain until November 28th, until the end of this year. Saturn, the great lord of karma and the hard taskmaster of the zodiac, who teaches us our most important lessons through trials and challenges, opened a gateway on July 13th to erase, hooray, our past negative karma so that we can build positive karma to create and manifest a much, much better future. Many will be completing unfinished business, acknowledge and take responsibility for their part in past events that didn't go particularly well, and most importantly, to forgive ourselves. By doing so during this Saturn retrograde, we are creating new karma that will be multiplied tenfold. Then on July 18th, we had the third planet, Mercury, to go retrograde this month. That brings one of the most powerful retrogrades, which is helping us to go inward and to clear and tune out the distractions of the outside world in order to find clarity to discern what it is that we actually wish to express and communicate. Now, the posse of angels and I really do love when Mercury retrograde comes around because it slows us down. It helps us to make sense of all that has occurred in our lives. With this retrograde being in Leo, it's encouraging us to take time for the revision of our artistic pursuits, tuning into our hearts to revisit the stories that we tell, to see if they serve us anymore, and to courageously allow creative ideas to resurface and pursue them with boldness and bravery. And of course, all of those re's are because of the retrograde. If those former stories do not serve us, we have infinite potential to rewrite our stories with focused care and great attention. Along with Leo's help in communicating and firing up our creativity, it is also giving us time to reflect on our self love and our leadership. And with all of Leo the Lion's formidable outward demonstrations of strength, his proud stance, his magnificent mane, his loud call, this energy is calling us actually inward, not outward, but inward, to not shout out to the world, but quietly and proudly remember our own roar. Then on July 21st, 22nd, we have the opening of the Lion's Gate portal, one of the most important gateway portals in the whole entire year. Now, the posse of angels are hearing many of you thinking, but that doesn't happen until the 8/8, the 8th of August. Well, the portal or gateway leading up to this powerful day starts to open up actually on the 21st, 22nd, and it starts building towards the culmination of those energies on the 8/8. Also, on that important date, Saturn is getting help in the karma department when we have Mars in Virgo aligning with the South Node. And this often triggers karmic recalibrations that might see many ready to release what no longer serves them. And that's creating space to now being open to pursue what we are emotionally drawn to. To allow for this surrender to occur, it would be beneficial to release overdoing, pushing in expectation, to release control, and to trust in the divine flow, allowing for grace to enter our lives. This letting go of control will bring in more balance to our daily lives, and many will see this in an increase in their creative efforts because our egos release what we think should happen, and we then make space to open to divine providence. We become open to be conduits for spirit to work through us and channel this into heaven sent creative efforts. Now, my angelic family, the posse of angels, and I have recently been speaking about our integration into the fifth dimension and higher energies and how that actually feels. I have been asked what it feels like to be in alignment with these higher dimensional energies. And from the moment I, Angel Ariel, walked into Claire Candy's physical body, can't believe that was 22 years ago, I've shared that it feels like being in union, at one with our divine eternal nature, completely whole, complete and pure, united with God's source creator. Now, for many in our former third dimensional default programming, came with it previously that was filled with criticism, censure, denigration for not being enough, not being good enough, not trying hard enough, not being pretty enough, had us reacting to life with great sadness, anger, fear, lack, scarcity, and doubt, as we instinctively felt so far removed from our sense of wholeness, our divine eternal natures, with many in the collective karmically detaching from their former third dimensional lives. They have allowed themselves to elevate and evolve into the higher realms, with many experiencing being in awe, being in enchantment and wonder as to the magic and miracles that can be created with spirit. Now we feel, many of us, a softness, a gentle tenderness for ourselves, as after lifetimes of feeling diminished, our hearts feel safe, safe to make peace a priority in our lives, safe to be seen, and safe to openly love without reservation, as our new normal goes from surviving to thriving, and with the posse of angels advising us to go out in nature to restore and reset our energies. Let's receive additional messages from the beautiful Tree Keeper's Oracle. And this is this beautiful Angie Sullins deck that I often use, Tree Keeper's Oracle. And the first card that's coming out for us is number 9. It's the Keeper of Trust. This is the confirmation of us going with the flow, surrendering, having faith as to what the universe and spirit will co-create for our soul in this golden era of light here on planet Earth. In fact, the wise trees wish for us to know that all that we are to become, well, it's already inside of us, a divine blueprint that our angels, spirit guides, and God Source Creator fashioned for us to follow to fulfill this destined map, which is ours and ours alone. So all we need to do is to be observant to the signs that Spirit sends us, to follow our divine blueprint by trusting it. For it is for the highest good of our soul, trusting in ourselves, and trusting in this beautiful divine dance between us and spirit. Now, the posse of angels, who really do have a wonderful sense of humor, they're showing me, and they never need much prompting, but they're showing me their outrageous dance moves as they wish us to get in rhythm and harmony and dancing with spirit, because they're saying it's the greatest dance of all. So that's the Keeper of Trust. Our second card is number 8. Oh, we go from a 9 to an 8. Keeper of Ease. Oh, she looks so relaxed. She's lying in the crook of that tree. Makes you want to sigh. One of the greatest things that we can integrate as we enter the golden era here on planet Earth is getting used to a life that no longer is burdened, difficult, a life no longer of struggle. Our former programming was that life was meant to be hard. Life was something to be scared of. And this belief was perpetuated and reinforced by a very dark agenda that wanted us scared, wanted us doubting, wanted us in fear. And this was manufactured through wars for greed and profit, the violent dark messages portrayed in the media, films, and TV, through lowering our frequencies, through the contamination of our air, our water, weather manipulation, and our food source, that kept us always on the edge of feeling fearful, fighting off sickness, and many times feeling emotionally drained and lost. We were lost because our energies were manipulated to be so far below those of our divine eternal natures that we did not remember who we were as reflections of God's source creator. We were taught no pain, no gain, and that if we did not suffer hardships for our achievements, that we would not deserve our successes. That way of thinking saw many in the collective suffering and suffocating from a constant struggle of uphill climbing, which compromised their health, their relationships, especially with themselves. The funny thing is that the way of God's source creator is always one of grace, ease, and flow. The posse of angels is suggesting that to ease into this new available energy of the fifth dimension and higher is to turn off the default setting of going uphill and changing them, the default settings, to downhill cruising in order to achieve our dreams. We were never meant to toil, which is a very different energy to working diligently and passionately and excitedly for something that we are committed to. The posse of angels is suggesting that we get used to these higher dimensional frequencies and relax, making time into contact with our angels, our spirit guides, our ancestors. Make this a priority as they are always there to help us. And now they're singing to row, row, row our boats, not upstream, but gently down the stream of life, being vigilant as to what signs they will send us along the grace filled trip to fulfill our divine blueprint. So many of us have to get used to this being our new normal of not struggling but being in ease. The next card for us is number 12, which is a number 3, Keeper of that Keeper of Inclusion. Okay, there we go. And the Keeper of Inclusion card is the card of involving our spirit guides, our ancestors, our angels, God's source creator, in the creation of our life. Now, many people with their egos and their expectations think life should happen a certain way. And then we get attached to that, and then we get mightily disappointed when nothing happens in the way that we think it should happen. Instead, the posse of angels are saying to include spirit in your daily life, and this will create more ease. And you'll then, instead of pushing an agenda, become used to being observant to the signs that Spirit sends us to be able to have a much easier life and a life filled with grace. To not fill our ego's agenda, but to fill the greatest agenda for our soul's growth, um, and open ourselves up to infinite potential and possibility, for magic and miracles that Spirit works in those realms and can bring us. So beautiful, beautiful cards. Next, we're going to our bunnies. Our bunnies wanted to come out and play today, and our bunnies are included in this lovely little deck. It's called Luna Lapan, and it's a lovely little tarot deck. The first card that came out for us today was the Ace of Cups. Look at that bunny. He's just sitting there, totally immersed, oh, except his head, in the Ace of Cups, with its lotus blossoms flowering after a long, challenging journey of growing through the murky waters of the mud. Many in the collective feel like the lotus blooming and now bursting open to a very new dawn, to a new day. And to quote, we're feeling good. It's a new day, it's a new dawn, and we're feeling good. Even though many still don't know what direction they'll be going in, But the posse of angels, they're chiming in and saying that not knowing where one is going does not negate feeling positive, hopeful, inspired, and motivated to engage with life. Aces are always, always about new beginnings, and the doves are here to represent the Holy Spirit, the divine higher spirit, sharing that this new start will be destined, fated, and karmic for our soul's greatest good. So don't push, don't force any agenda. Just sit there, immersed in this Eight of Cups new beginning that so many in the collective have worked diligently hard for the light, and now the rewards and the blessings come in. Our next card that came out for us, and that can be seen in that position as our general situation, opening to the new coming in, that will make us feel so good, as the cups in tarot denote our emotions. This one is the Emperor. Um, what to expect? In the challenge, well, in the position of what to expect is the Emperor. And here we see him sitting on his throne with so many in the collective stepping in to leadership roles. We could be seen as wise, diplomatic, empowered emperors. Look at that. I don't think that's a stern look on his face, but he is all about business, um, and will be sought after to fulfill positions to spread our knowledge to the world. Or this could be an emperor appearing in our lives, a mentor, somebody who values us, who sees our worth, our wishes to promote, support, and to collaborate with on our creative projects to bring more light to the golden age here on planet Earth. So, what we can expect is for us to step up as an emperor into a leadership role, or we can expect an emperor coming in to mentor, support our creative projects. Either way, beautiful, beautiful messages. Next, coming in for us, we have the card of the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands, look at that bunny. He is fighting off with his one wand all of those other wands. It sees our confident, very confident bunny rising to the top to be seen, to be heard, to be recognized, after feeling like he was held back by competition, rivalries, and perhaps his own limiting self-beliefs. All of these were manifestations and illusions of our limiting beliefs, a form of programming, lower self worth. And our challenge now is to step into our authentic divine greatness, no longer hiding ourselves from the world. Next card that's coming in for us in advice from our angels and our spirit guides. Our spirit is the Hierophant. And with the message that no longer going through life alone, isolated, as we can now open to receive the support, the encouragement, and the aid from others who recognize we are finally being seen and recognized for our gifts, our skills, our talents, and abilities, and they wish to connect and collaborate with us to create new high-frequency projects to seed the planet with. Now, the Hierophant is also seen in traditional card as a blessing coming in for us. Many in the collective will be joining groups and communities, like-minded communities, with like-minded soul tribe members, and this newfound camaraderie will not only feel familiar, but it will feel so comfortable and greatly surrounded by those who wish for us to succeed. It's a win-win situation as these new partnerships, whether business, friendship, romantic, are formed in order for us to finally feel not isolated and to feel great inclusion coming in. Maybe that's why there's the keeper of inclusion coming in for us in the Tree Keepers card. Our last card in this, which is our outcome, is look at these dancing bunnies. They're raising their goblets into toast to all the wonderful reasons to celebrate. The message from the posse of angels is to celebrate all your victories now. You can kick up your paws, you're allowed. In addition to celebration, the Three of Cups for me has always been about reuniting with our soul tribes, a reunion that our weary hearts thought were always relegated to our dreams and would never ever show up in our realities. And underneath the deck, what more could you ask for? But the Four of Wands, which is victory. It's the 1111 card. It could be those relocating to new positions around the world. As your time has come to an end where you are, it could be moving into your dream home. It could be marriage, as in, could be marriage as in traditional marriage, the marriage of partnerships, the marriage of friendships, and this is also another celebration. These are my two celebration cards, although the Chariot is also a card of celebration. But this Four of Wands is particularly celebration after hard work, and it was stuck to the Sun card, the happiest, most illuminated card and radiant card in the tarot deck. So beautiful, beautiful reading about new beginnings coming in. Those two cards, the Emperor and the Hierophant, about our, whoops, well, now he's on the floor, about our soul tribes coming in and the great celebration of being reunited. I also wanted to finish off today with some angel numbers. And after much, much shuffling of the cards, our first card to come out was 1212, which is persistence. And the cards words are enthusiasm, gratitude, fulfillment, transformation, and new experiences. Really mirroring that Ace of Cups coming in and the celebration, the Sun card. It says, a wonderful opportunity aligned with your life's purpose is approaching. How great is that? When it arises, take immediate action to embrace it. Additionally, a loving partnership or an epic romance may be on the horizon. And we spoke about that with that mentor, emperor energy coming in and the Hierophant, who is now on the floor, but joining those like minded groups or organizations. Maintain your persistence and welcome the positive transformations which are coming your way. How apt is this card? 1212. Then we get 666, the card of reflect, which is healing, empathy, self-discovery, compassion, inner peace. Unexpected changes are on the horizon, which the 1212 just spoke about, challenging your thoughts and feelings. Now, when I say challenging, it may be because you've been quite isolated for a long time. You have been not seen for a long time. And this might be quite daunting that somebody wants to connect and collaborate with you and bring you out into the world to be seen. This is a prime opportunity to reassess your identity, embrace a mindset shift, opt for optimism, confidence, and trust, our keeper of trust. Listening to your intuition and understanding your emotions are key to your growth and evolution because you will grow now. I hope all that's been helpful for you. Remember that Walk in Angel Ariel's Weekly Wisdom airs every week on Saturdays. And if you would like more information on my remarkable channeled books, my healing services, Reiki, and also intuitive counseling, the emotion code, which finds hidden trapped emotions from our ancestral and generational lines and brings that to the surface so that we are clear to create our wonderful lives without anything stopping us. Please go to my website, which is angelhealinghouse.com. Go out, everyone, and fashion an absolutely beautiful life for yourself. I'm wishing you love, and as always, angel blessings. And I look so forward to speaking with you again next week. Take care, everyone. Bye.